Put that in some milk.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
The pack is gone.
Homecoming is so boring.
Very, very true. I could have written that movie.
No. You couldn't have.
Jamie Foxx should not have been in this movie. That's literally the line. And I was sitting there was like, who the frick approved this?
You should have just played a clip of the actual scene.
Should there be a process now where when you have these bigger studios, you have it early on in your pre-production to just listen to the fans?
I've always thought that should be a thing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shed Some Light podcast. Thank you for joining us in Ben's Shed. That's Ben.
That's Joey.
That's Matt.
And today we are continuing our series, The Road to Spider-Man Brand New Day, heading into Far From No Way Homecoming with the man himself, Tom Holland. We have a special guest. My brother Mike is with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Awesome. Like I said, we're going to get into Tom Holland movies this episode. But before that, did you guys see the Shrek 5 trailer?
It was awful.
Came out yesterday.
Yeah, it's one of the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life. Easily.
Why? What's so bad about it?
And honestly, it's not even Shrek. I know he looks bad.
It's lost the charm.
It doesn't look the same at all, I will say.
No.
But his kids.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Well, they're like really grown up.
Well, okay.
Because I'm wondering how many years this is taking place since the fourth one.
And he looks the same.
Yeah.
At least make him grungy a little bit.
Like a little older.
Yeah. Maybe ogres live to 500 years, but maybe make him look 200 years old.
Yeah. I know it's a big thing, but the animation is... and I was wondering why it was such a difference. And I was reading some comments, and basically the company that DreamWorks has used for all the last ones closed in 2015. And so now they're just doing everything in-house. And so basically everyone's saying that this is what the Illumination vibe is. So it's very Minions, very Despicable Me.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought this looked very Minion-y.
I don't mind the animation.
Okay.
I think it's new. I think it's 2026 animation. I mean, you watch Puss in Boots,
That's true.
You watch Minions, you watch all these other new animated movies coming out. They look like this. So for them to try to backtrack to 2001 animation, with new technology and new styling.
I think it's just one of those nostalgia things people are holding on to, and they don't like change.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like change either.
That's right. I mean, I'll go see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it's Shrek.
Yeah. One of the greatest franchises.
Might
ever.
not have high hopes, but I'll go see it.
I don't know. The thing that stuck out to me was, Shrek, they've always had like adult humor in Shrek movies.
Very much.
This one was the most...
It was hilarious.
Hilarious, but the most blatant.
Yeah.
They gave Gingy gumdrop butt cheeks.
That was not funny.
And it smacked him, and he was like, caked up like a bakery. Like, are you kidding me?
No, I like how they set the tone of the movie right from the get-go of the trailer.
They put Pinocchio in a thong in the second one, Exactly. So there's always been adult humor, but I feel like it has been a little more subtle, and this was pretty like right in your face. But I think
I'm okay with them doing that. Nobody else does it.
No, absolutely. It's a ballsy move.
Maybe
to be honest,
Despicable Me, but
to be honest with you, I think they're playing towards the audience. I think Shrek 5 is for us. I don't think it's for our kids.
Interesting.
I think so too. I think they're taking the angle of like, listen, the people that watch Shrek are grown up now, so we're going to make a little bit more grown up Shrek.
I would appreciate that because we've said it before. So many other production houses and franchises are catering to the younger generation, and I understand why you broaden just in terms of ticket sales and you don't want to narrow your audience, but at the end of the day, just make a good movie and the people are going to show up and pay for it. So
is it worth the bad publicity? You know what I mean? Exactly.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a prime example of what happens when you go away from the lore.
I don't even want to.
It's that's a hot topic for you.
That one was PG-13, right?
I don't even think.
Honestly, we played those games on our phones when they came out, and it's
easily a rated R film.
It could have been.
Sure.
It could have been. And the hilarious thing is that, you have that Willy's Wonderland movie, which was it was more of an indie film. It was kind of like I
don't remember that one.
It's starring Nick Cage. They got Nick Cage to be in it, but
I
the
do
joke
remember
is
that.
he doesn't talk the whole movie. The deal was like, hey, if I'm going to do your movie, I'm not going to talk. Like, and but in it, at least he's like, there's blood and there's death, and like he's manhandling all these
Did
animatronics.
that get good ratings?
I think it's one of those ones where people were like, oh, come on, just give us Five Nights. And then
Yeah.
Five Nights came out and they were like, oh,
No,
yeah, we'll take Nick Cage.
no. People like it.
They like Five
People
Nights?
like Five Nights.
Yeah, well,
there will
they're-
be a third one because of the.
It was like a
because of the
growing
ratings.
cult for like those type of movies.
Yeah.
not
How
a
bad
good
they
kind
are.
of
Not in a good way.
No.
You know,
Which is sad because majority of people that go watch those movies know the lore.
exactly.
How are they settling for what they've been given?
And what I don't understand is that Scott Cotham, is that his name or whatever his name?
Yeah.
Like the guy who created all the games was an executive producer on this movie.
But he's selling out.
selling out.
That's exactly.
He's doing fan service and he knows he is, and it's making money. So what does he care?
They wanted 13-year-olds in there.
Right.
Yeah. And
Make it
they're,
R, then
Right.
they're not going to get in.
yeah. But yeah, Shrek, I'm going to go see it.
I will see it.
I love those movies. I think Shrek 2 is what is the best example of when a sequel is better than the original.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's so good,
I agree.
hilarious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I just expect the soundtrack to be banger.
The soundtrack's going to be good.
Well, Smash Mouth, even though the lead singer, rest in peace, they're still making music. They just dropped a new
They
song
did.
the other
It
day,
doesn't
and the
even-
guy sounds it'll never be the guy.
It doesn't
But
have to be
there's-
Smash Mouth though. Have you?
No.
If you go into 2 and even 3 and even 4,
Yeah, Counting Crows.
there are
and,
a plethora.
and number
of good
2.
artists.
Yeah, there are Weezer. Yeah, you get some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, just going back to what you said, I think you're 100% right. People who are watching that, as little kids are now grown and have their own kids. So there's a little something in it for them. And then there's you can still bring your kids to see it and share this thing that you cared about when you were little.
Now, Mike Myers is Shrek.
He has everybody returned for their
I will
roles.
say, I'm betting you that has an impact on why the movie will be good.
for sure.
Because if you watch 1 and 2 and then you go watch Austin Powers, he takes a lot from Austin Powers and puts it into Shrek
Oh, I mean,
by himself.
Fat Bastard is literally Shrek.
Literally his voice. Some of the lines are word for word from Austin Powers.
I know. Yeah.
So I married an axe murderer too. There were some influences in there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Right.
Well-
so if Mike Myers is returning, there's a good chance, because 4 was great. Personal opinion, Shrek 4 was better than Shrek 3. Personal opinion.
I would agree with you that Shrek 4 is good, but I would also say Shrek 3, the bar was so low that it's like anything than that movie.
yes,
would
that's
have been
true.
better.
But Shrek 4 still,
It was still fun.
Shrek 4
Rumpelstiltskin.
could have been 3 and it still would have been amazing.
That's,
You know what I mean?
that's true. That's true. Yep. I would agree with that.
Like there are some funny moments in there. So I have high hopes that this is going to be a funny movie with a at least decent storyline, unless they go back to what they did for Shrek 3 and just gave up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so.
Because even in Shrek 3, because my son watches it, my son watches Shrek 1 through 4 probably once a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we watch Shrek a lot.
I'm
But
sitting here thinking, how do you guys have Shrek on your mind? Like, when was the last time you watched Shrek? Because I haven't watched them in forever.
Oh, I watched it with my
every
youngest
week.
daughter 2 weeks ago.
Okay, gotcha. It's been a minute for me.
It's so funny.
They are
He
funny, and I
flip-flops.
liked them when I was younger.
well, he flip-flops. So if I'm choosing Shrek, if he wants to watch Shrek, that either means Shrek 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Okay.
And
You're choosing.
For me, if I'm choosing, I'm starting on 1.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If Maddie, my wife, is choosing, she chooses on whichever one we left off on the last time. And 9 times out of 10, it is 3.
Yeah, because you can't get through it.
Doesn't care. And the one thing I'll say about 3 is great music list
Mhm.
purely because they were trying to make a good music list. Like they play Barracuda
Yeah.
and
Good soundtrack.
what is the song by that's it.
Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song
Immigrant Song
with
and
the princess.
It's Immigrant Song, and then not even 5 seconds, it switches to Barracuda. I'm like, what are they? I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. It's straight into it, and you're like, why is it?
That is crazy. I forgot. That movie was a one and done for me.
Yeah,
Like I remember being a kid and I was like, "This is bad."
I wish.
It's
I wish I'd
so-
never seen it.
It's so bad.
Enough about Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough about Shrek.
Enough about
Yeah.
Shrek. But we're gonna move on to our next segment now. Let's head on into Joey the Smuggler. As we've said before, prices are only going up, and everybody's trying to cut costs, especially at the concession stands. Basically, you need a second mortgage to pay for those concessions. Yeah. And what better way to cut costs than to just bring your own snacks into the theater? And so, Joey, what are you smuggling into the theater this week?
Do you guys know the band BTS?
Oh, gosh.
Is it the Asian pop?
Yes, the K-pop.
K-pop, sorry.
Well, they've recently partnered with Oreo to make a special flavor. It is brown sugar pancake.
I bet you it's good.
I bet you this is
really good.
fire.
I bet you it's good.
I bet you this is so good. What part is cinnamon sugar and what part is
It just says brown sugar pancake flavored cream.
Flavored cream. So the cookies
so it's
are
the
probably
chocolate cookie still.
Well, the cookie looks purple from the packaging.
All right.
I bet you it's
So
chocolate.
I think it is chocolate. Just
This segment is
Or at least
sponsored by
brand.
Red 40. Let's crack her open. I don't think I've ever seen somebody open a pack.
they don't have.
Oh, there's no pull tab.
There's no pull tab. Mike, go ahead and take one.
At the same time, everybody.
Now, how do you eat an Oreo?
I may
you're-
twist off the cookie and
Scoop out the cream.
exactly.
Oh, it's one of the double cream actions there.
I mean, it smells good.
So are we gonna?
It's right off the bat, it smells good.
So are we doing a bite or are we taking the top off?
Bring any milk?
I did not
you
bring
gotta
any
bite
milk.
it naturally.
Let's bite it naturally, and then if you want a second one and eat it your way, we'll do it.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I would buy one of those.
I mean, yeah.
That
that
might be
in
one
some
of the
milk?
best Oreos I've ever had.
Put that in some milk.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
The pack is gone.
You might.
Oh, it is.
Dude, this
That's
is
a single serving package right there.
these are incredible.
Yeah, I hope you forget those when you leave.
Oh no.
No, I'm going
That's probably the best Oreo flavor
besides a regular Oreo.
besides the regular or like the mint or like
Yeah.
whatever. But the newer flavors that have come out.
Dude, that's good. Well played.
Very nice find.
Yes.
See, this is
Target.
it. Target.
If anyone's interested in it, Target.
Target. See, this is why we do this. I would have never known that those were out unless we did this.
And you
So
probably would see them and be like, eh.
awesome. Well, Joey the Smuggler,
Yeah.
thank you as always.
I'm not calling the cops on you this time.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep it up.
Not telling the usher.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys want to do? I had a little shed shock next. Obviously, Tom Trilogy oriented. Do you want to do that, or do you want to go into our Tom talk and then go to shed shock? What do you want to do?
I mean, I think we could probably just jump into the Tom trilogy.
Let's do it. We're already very hyped.
because
Okay.
we're primed for that one.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, with that said, like always, we're gonna grade the trilogy as a whole. Typical like report card letter style grade with the addition of a plus or a minus depending on the quality. Do you guys have your score? Your grades?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh yes, I do.
Okay.
Are we going on
Ready.
3 or are we going on go?
1, 2, 3, go, or on 3.
Say it all at the same time. 3, 2, 1. C
B minus.
plus. Okay,
I didn't get any.
that's fine. I'll
I
put
heard
it
a
on.
C plus.
I'll put it on the screen.
C.
B minus.
B minus. C.
I said B.
Okay.
I say we start at the least. Matt,
Start
you
the
gave it a
least.
C.
C. All right, you got it. To me, these are the most forgettable Spider-Man movies ever. Even more than TASM. I know everybody likes to hop on the TASM hate bandwagon.
As a whole trilogy,
as a whole trilogy, I'm giving it. What do you mean?
forgettable. The entire trilogy is forgettable.
That's
Not the
I
okay.
think that's pushing it.
Okay, not the entire trivia or not trilogy, but here's the thing. The only thing that makes any part of this trilogy memorable are the people, that
from
are
the last
not Tom Holland. For
Very
me,
true.
that is what takes it down a point, that it took two other past Spider-Mans to make that movie better. And I've heard people say, "Oh no, take them out of that movie. It's still good." I disagree. I think it doesn't stand on its own. It's got well, for one, I'll start with Homecoming. Homecoming is so boring.
Very, very true.
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
What makes it interesting?
What how is it not?
I could have written that movie.
No, guys, you couldn't have.
What do you love about it?
Okay, so it's not that I love it. I just don't think it's as bad as what you're saying.
I agree.
I think it's
But what makes it good?
What makes it
What
good?
makes it rewatchable?
okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I think
Rewatchability for me, it used to be, for me, that was a factor in which a movie has to have a ton of rewatchability to be good.
Mhm.
I now don't agree with that because
Really?
you got other movies out there that are phenomenal movies that are kind of a one and done. Passion of the Christ, phenomenal movie. Not one I want to rewatch.
No.
It's, I have not seen it yet, but I've heard other people say it. Prisoners by Denis Villeneuve. I've heard that if you have children, that's a really rough movie to watch. Really great movie, but not one that people return to often given the content. So I don't think rewatchability is as important of a factor. Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That's another one.
That's fair.
Well, the flip side, I've watched National Treasure probably 300 times, and it's probably not my top 5. I mean, it's a
I see what you're saying.
that's
I
really
see what you're saying.
rewatchable.
Yeah, I get
Not
you.
just another phenomenal example.
yeah.
What makes you sit on the edge of your seat though and go, "This is interesting"?
Well, I didn't say I was sitting on the edge of my seat.
Well,
I'm
not
you like
sitting
it?
in my seat.
So you hated it.
I did not
hate
like
it.
it whatsoever.
So I do like the connection to the MCU. So it's our first, I know he was in Civil War, whatever, but I like the connection to the MCU. I do like Iron Man's involvement and Happy's involvement. I know a lot of people don't. I'm sorry. I think I do like it.
But that's not a Spider-Man movie.
And that
No, but it is a Marvel movie.
It's a Marvel movie.
and he's a character within it.
But this is my issue with it. It's that this is the first time that I felt like he was more like Spider-Man in Civil War than he was in his own movies.
Oh, I agree. I actually think he was awesome in Civil War.
I remember seeing the Civil War trailer. I think I was in I was in high school in class. I remember just scrolling on my phone during class, seeing that trailer. I watched it probably 10 times because it was the first time we saw Spider-Man. And I think he was represented best in that movie. And then it just fell off a cliff.
I think they went wrong there.
Why?
I think introducing MCU Spider-Man in a movie that he is barely in was a mistake.
Yeah.
I think that was a mistake.
I disagree with you.
That's why
the bar high.
I think it sets the bar high, but you don't really get to see him before that.
Right.
But here's what I
They
would
could
say.
have, but they chose not to.
But my rebuttal to that, even though this example is longer in terms of runtime, I would say the same thing about Andrew and Toby in No Way Home. They're the least amount in that movie, but yeah, I don't think it needs to be a long.
The only reason we got them in that movie though is because we had them in other movies.
Correct, but what I'm saying is I just think that there are depending on some movies there are peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is one of those peaks where even now watching Civil War, it's coming.
They dug themselves a hole.
In what way though?
In the fact that you have Spider-Man here, and because they made Homecoming how it is, they only can go from there. Unless they did a prequel, which wouldn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, you kind of do
he's
get the
older
prequel
now.
but you get the prequel with the fact that at the beginning of Homecoming, you got his whole little video journal of him going to Germany, being in the airport fight, and then seeing, what happened right after that. I think it's fine. I don't think he needed to be, because that's not the point of Civil War. I think it was a fun addition.
I like Spider-Man for his origin.
Well,
personally, and I think there will be a lot of people that would agree with me. For instance, Toby's. Some of the best scenes are in that lab when they're taking pictures of the spiders and it's going down from the ceiling and it bites him.
Yeah.
Then you have Tasm where he's in the lab and this is a new take on it and there's a reason why he got it. And then you have Into the Spider-Verse, where he's spray painting and here comes the spider. And it's funny, he gets bit, he slaps it off and walks away.
So I don't think they wanted to show that in Homecoming because it's already been done.
That's the problem. You have
it's
but at least they had the gall to do it differently.
For sure. But I think the problem is that now that we're at a third iteration of Spider-Man in live action, we have origin fatigue.
Right. So
it's like seeing.
Not that I disagree with you. I personally love to see the origin, but it's one of those origins where we're like, we know what happens. We know Uncle Ben dies. We know he gets bit by the spider. We don't need that, and you brought up Spider-Verse. I think the reason why we saw it again and that was because it was, but you saw it because it was such a prominent plot point in the second movie.
Right.
So I just,
it's like we don't see Bruce Wayne's parents die constantly. We know.
I would like
die.
for me, I would like to see that again and again
I
and
love
again.
the origin stories. That's my favorite part of all of these movies.
I love Begins. I even love BVS.
That's why I like Smallville. It's a 10-year-long origin story for Superman.
I probably would like it then.
Yeah, I think you would.
I mean,
but for this, what I like is that, okay, so you get into a story that's already in progress after Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
He has now met Tony Stark. Tony Stark has given him this tech, right? But then he takes it away. And so you do get to see Tom become Spider-Man, or you get to see him rise to the occasion as far as being Spider-Man goes. He throws on the sweatsuit onesie and goes out and still does what he needs to do. And I think that, yeah, you could argue that there's not enough swinging in that movie.
well, how long into?
I love that when he goes out into the suburbs and he's standing there
And
he
the golf
shoots
course.
He shoots the web and it goes nowhere. Like, I know that that's silly humor or whatever, but I thought that was funny.
Sure, that's what you like to see in Spider-Man is the teenager aspect of him.
Yeah,
I
his
have that as one of
friends-
my talking points,
Yeah,
actually.
the teenager aspect.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I for me, and I know that this movie in particular is a huge talking point on the escape pod, and that, but I would agree with Andrew in that you got the Spider-Man movie where Spider-Man just doesn't do a whole lot without the help of Iron Man.
So I disagree though, because at the end he is Spider-Man without the suit. He doesn't have the Tony Stark. If he beat the Vulture with a Tony Stark gadget, then I could see that argument. But that's not how he wins. And I understand that he doesn't throw a lot of punches and stuff like that, but he does have to
figure out a
we
way
joke
to
about,
defeat him.
Well, we joke about the rubble scene. I think you and I've talked about the rubble, and I've heard it on other podcasts and stuff, but he does have to become Spider-Man in that movie.
No,
and believe that he's Spider-Man.
That's for me, there are very few highs for me in that movie, but the rubble scene is a high because I feel like, listen, don't get me wrong, Tom Holland is a great actor. I really do enjoy him, watching him in movies. I just feel like some of the writing just doesn't give him an opportunity to be the actor that he is. That scene, though, I would think, I do think that he showcases his range. And I think that, you feel the claustrophobicness of him being underneath all that rubble, and you feel the weight of that and his fear. And I think that it is good. Another example is, I just watched No Way Home for the second time yesterday. I feel this second watching, I felt the weight between him and May when she died. I felt that weight more watching it yesterday than I did the first time in the theater.
I did too. Did I care any more about it? No.
So
because it's May. I don't necessarily care about May's death.
Really?
Over Ben's. Because May, true, we didn't get any iterations of her dying or being the point of, because I have to think about Toby's and I have to think about TASM, which does May get
no
in TASM? But in Toby's, May does get pressed a little bit, and
Doc Ock takes her and
Goblin shoots through her bedroom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But those scenes are almost like motive for him to continue on and do better the next time he's facing them. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I can understand that
with this May specifically.
Yeah.
And her delivering the line did not feel right to me because I like the origins.
Right.
Well, okay, that is the biggest gripe.
It felt
everybody
like
has.
a slap in the face to the origin of Spider-Man.
So I didn't see it look quite like that, but it is funny because I don't know if you've heard, there's a lot of chatter about how this gets into the future a little bit with Doomsday and Secret Wars and stuff, but there's some discussion around the sacred timeline that the MCU takes place in is sort of it's not quite right because it's been tampered with by the Kang variants,
Right.
He Who Remains. So it's kind of interesting to me that like some of the origins in this movie or within this universe are not quite what they were. And so it makes me wonder if that'll ever be addressed.
That's true.
And
That's the thing, though, is when you're watching No Way Home, had Loki happened, the show, before No Way Home?
Yes, because right after Endgame came out, we got like Loki season 1. Or not right after, but it was fairly shortly after.
Okay, so then you could make a case for it that this variant of
Well, I mean, I think we get
No
that
Way
in
Home could have been because of this whole Kang issue.
maybe, but I think we also get this in Spider-Verse where you have, what do they call them?
Canon events.
Canon events.
Yeah.
I think that there are just, you have similar ones where, you know, the Captain Stacy of whatever universe you're in, there might not be a Captain Stacy because you get the Indian guy.
Now I'm
You know-
very bad with timelines. Across the Spider-Verse came out after Brand New Day,
Well, Brand New Day's not out yet.
or not Brand New Day.
No Way Home?
No Way Home.
Yes.
No.
'Cause-
After No Way Home? No.
no, because it came out in 2020. Well, they both came out. Did we get two Spider-Man movies in 2023?
Across the Spider-Verse came out in 23.
So did No Way Home.
So there
Which
is
means they were working on them at the same time. I like to believe
2021.
I like to believe these is
Gosh.
which one?
No Way
No
Home
Way
was
Home was
21?
So Across the Spider-Verse came
oh,
out
that's
2
right.
years
It
after.
was like one of the first theater events after.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Man, time is
It could go
flying.
either way. I mean, it could be No Way Home first and then Across the Spider-Verse, and one is influencing the other, and then it could go the opposite way. I like to believe that they're planning this.
Yeah.
I like to believe that. Is it true? Who knows? But I like to believe that they're planning this in a way that the stars will align at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So a lot of people think that the Holland trilogy is its own origin story. Like
From start to
because-
finish.
from start to
kind of like a
finish, because-
Smallville thing, but across 4 movies type
Yeah,
of thing.
3 movies.
Or 3
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
an origin skipping the origin.
you mean the spider bite.
I don't think skipping
That's
it.
what I mean. Skipping or not
showing
addressing
it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, they address it in Homecoming, you know, when he and Ned are walking. Ned goes, so you got bit by a spider?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not
it bite me?
showcasing it.
Right. Like they like seeing without, like knowing without seeing it.
So pretty much in Civil War, he was starting out. They just didn't take the time to show us.
Well,
I just don't think
and
they
he
needed
does-
to.
That's
And
true.
he does say to Tony, he says it in a weird roundabout way, but the whole with great power comes great responsibility. He does, which
Tony says this.
no, he says it
No,
to
Tom
Tony.
says it.
Tom says it to Tony because he's like, well, I got to know what gets you out of that twin bed in the morning. And then Tom says,
That's right.
do you remember that?
Yes.
And Tom says, you know, if you can do the things that I can do, and then the bad things happen and you don't do anything,
Yeah.
then they kind of happen because of you, which is a
Right. It's
really
a
awesome
weird
way.
Direct way of saying.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
kind of
I
like
can't believe I remember that. By the way.
that's, but I was going to say that was very impressive.
Yeah. To me, is that an intentional?
I think that was an homage to "With great power comes great responsibility."
It is.
You think so?
I think so.
See that I'm okay with that then.
Mm-hmm.
If the first time we're hearing this whole idea of great power comes great responsibility from May in the third movie,
Mm-hmm.
it rubs me the wrong
Yeah.
way.
So
Yeah.
so May even delivering that line, I know has like struck a chord with a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that she delivered that line. But I'm glad we're talking about this because Ben, you shared. I want to say this is the Ben theory.
Right. So I'm rewatching some of these. I was rewatching some of these movies recently, and I thought, what are they setting? I wondered if at any point they were ever setting up Happy Hogan to be Uncle Ben.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
Go into
Because-
this into depth
would be cool.
because this is such a
So you have-
awesome.
Like however many movies, however many appearances with Jon Favreau, who is a very endearing character in all the movies, and then he starts to date May in Far From Home.
And is very close with.
A little fling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he is close with Peter
Yeah.
by the end of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brings all the villains back to Happy's apartment,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so then I was like, I know that that's not what they were doing, and this wasn't in my mind at the time, but it felt like you almost expect like a scene at the end where he goes to visit Happy dies or whatever.
Instead of
And
May.
instead of
like
May.
like the glider would have hit
Oh,
Happy.
Dude,
or
and
something.
if Happy had said to him with great power come, like, because he's, you know,
He is
Happy
the Ben
can say,
figure.
I've seen a lot of heroes come and go.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned is that with great power
Yeah.
comes great
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
responsibility. And then he dies. right? And then at the end, you go to the grave,
Yeah.
where he goes to visit Happy's grave, and it says Ben Happy.
Like it's revealed that his because we never got his first name.
It's kind of like the reveal at the Dark Knight Rises that his name was Robin.
That's a horrendous example,
this
but
is
yeah.
better, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Definitely.
because I mean we never get Happy's name. He's always been Happy. So for the fun reveal at the end that even though he was never his Uncle Ben, but the Ben influence would have been that
I would like
been
it either way.
So cool.
I mean, now that you're saying in Homecoming where he's talking to Tony, he's talking about the great power indirectly.
Right.
Maybe he got that from Uncle Ben before he died. And now May is referring back to that in the third movie. I'm okay with that timeline.
Right.
But also if Happy dies and that's the timeline they go with, I'm also happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know that they ever in the MCU, they just called him Happy. All of Tony's people had a nickname.
Right.
Right. And so it would have been kind of cool. And it's like fan fiction.
Is Happy
and
in the comics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he go by Happy?
Goes by Happy, but I think I looked this up at one. It's like William or something.
Okay.
It's
Just
like,
so his to
he
confirm.
did not.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was rewatching. I was like, are they setting him up?
Right.
again?
That'd be
And
super.
I knew they
cool.
weren't, but
Yeah.
I just
in
wondered
case.
if like they got close to it and then they decided not to do
That'd
it.
be so cool.
How basic would it have been an Endgame if Tony said that when he died? When he died,
I'd have been mad. That would have ruined the movie for me.
Yeah. No, I
That
think
would have been way.
I think it was a perfect end to a legacy.
Yeah.
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 I think
So-
it was great.
One thing I will talk about Tom Holland, which I really liked, I felt in Raimi's and Tasm's, their versions of Spider-Man, they kind of rush into the superhero effect of it. I think Tom's is a great pace of him being in high school still and him being a teenager as Spider-Man. I thought it kept a better pace. So I mean, what? In Spider-Man 1, Toby was a high schooler for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, if that. And then he's a college student, basically.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm going to see. I'm going to see a Spider-Man movie to watch Spider-Man. I don't want to go see him doing algebra.
You don't want to see a Peter Parker movie.
No, but I'm talking about being a teenager. Being that 13 or that 16-year-old kid.
For sure.
And I felt in Homecoming, I got a lot of that. Like, he is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man who happens to be 16. So I do like that. And then I think the Vulture is very a lot of people can connect with the Vulture as a villain because you see the Vulture, salvaging the New York mess and everything like that. And all of a sudden, because that salvage
He got the short end of the stick.
That salvage job was probably going to make him a lot of money. And then Tony comes in and says, yeah, no, you're just going to go home. We got it from here. And he's like, are you kidding me?
He's like, I rented trucks for this job. I hired a crew. Like he went into full debt.
So I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, saying like, I know why you're doing it. It might be wrong, but I know why.
The problem I have with that is, sure, it was a good motive for the movie, but there would be 5,000 vultures in the city if every single person in the city thought like that.
But Vulture's the only one that thought like that.
I know. It's such a basic way to turn a villain into a villain that specifically they're turning him into the Vulture for this reason. Somebody lost their job. People lose their jobs every single day in the city. They're not turning into the Vulture and trying to kill somebody.
Yeah, but they don't all have the means that he had.
Yeah.
He has the
alien tech,
And he took the alien tech. That's true.
I mean, he had a pure hatred for Tony because of that.
Yeah.
So,
and thus starts every Spider-Man villain connected to Tony Stark. Or every villain in the MCU is somehow wronged by Tony Stark.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
and it's true.
Yeah.
I never really thought
Because you got Jake Gyllenhaal in Far From Home, which we can move into if you're going.
Yeah.
You brought it up earlier, and this goes for all three of the movies. Gosh, the CG. I would say there is more bad CG in visual effects than there is good. I hate his suit.
Far From Home.
Far From Home for sure is a bad. I would say honestly, I would say No Way Home actually has a lot of the worst CG from what I saw yesterday. I'm an analyst. I love doing this stuff on the side, cinematography and editing and visual effects. So I look for this stuff more than most people. But like, I don't like Tom's. Honestly, this suit that we're getting in Brand New Day is my
first one,
favorite
yeah.
Tom suit because it looks real,
Yeah.
and it's because it is real.
Right.
Like I know for a fact you can look at on-set photos of him wearing the suit, but it's just an on-camera
mock-up.
suit.
Right.
They're making so many refinements to it in post that it doesn't even look real.
Yeah.
And there are people that are like, "Oh no, you're wrong. I can see the texture in the fabric." I'm like, if I squint
Yeah.
an inch from the screen,
Right.
and it looks everything he does looks so, at least with Andrew, like with him swinging around and doing all this stuff, at least like
flaps a little.
you know it's CG,
It
but there's
flaps.
ripples in the suit. It's too
And
clean.
Toby has the lining that is
Yeah, the raised,
obviously
the raised
right.
rib. Tom's, it's too
It's
neat.
flat.
It's
It
too
is-
flat.
it's like
It
you
is flat.
printed it on
It's
there
like
and then
skin.
wore it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's like
skin.
those morph suits back from Halloween. Literally. Except
Exactly.
Spider-Man.
Exactly. It's like a nicer Party City suit.
Literally.
And it bothers me a lot. And
But this one looks decent.
but this one looks good. This looks like he could have made it.
Yeah.
And it's a practical suit. And like I said, they're making little adjustments with the eyes just to give the character
That's
some
the
motion.
only
But
thing
if you're gonna do
from the
anything,
trilogy that
only
is
do that.
decent with the suit.
what else did you have anything other like moments
No,
that
no,
gave
we
it
can
a
move
B
on.
for you? Are you sure? I don't want to be the only one
No,
talking.
I'm talking about the trilogy, as a whole.
right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for me, Homecoming might be the best movie of the trilogy.
Wow. I am going. I don't want to say No Way Home is my favorite because once again, you take two characters out of that movie,
And the
that
villain.
movie sucks, and the villains.
But
But
It's still that movie.
it is
You
that
don't-
movie. Yeah.
So, okay, I will put No Way Home at the top
Same.
only because everybody in that movie besides Tom, Ned, and MJ in that movie. But I think I'm gonna put, which this is a crazy take for most people because they usually have this at the bottom. I'll take Far From
Oh,
Home
bro.
over Homecoming. I will.
So
God.
would I.
Oh my
Really?
gosh,
So
yes. Even though my biggest gripe about that movie is the whole Mysterio twist where, oh no, he's a good guy.
Oh, no.
Like I knew going in,
That was a cool
I didn't like
twist
that.
with him.
I didn't like that because I know that for
and the
maybe a new
exposition dump in the bar for like,
That went on a long time.
yeah.
I was
that
I
that's
was
a
waiting
li-
for him to break out in song.
I know it went on a long time.
yeah, it's a little long and but you know I understand for a new generation of fans who maybe don't
Sure.
understand the character that maybe they did think he was a good guy, but I'd say for 85% of people who watched that movie at the beginning you were like there's no shot he's a good guy, like even if you are doing things different in the
I
MCU.
liked his character regardless of the twist.
You know what's funny?
He was a cool Mysterio for the first time being live action.
I'll tell you this, Jake Gyllenhaal is one of my favorite actors. I think he's an incredibly
He does a good
talented
job.
guy. I think for that movie, phoning it in.
Oh,
I think it's one of the worst Jake Gyllenhaal performances. I feel like
I agree.
I feel like it's not. I've seen him in other things, and he's incredibly talented, like Zodiac and Nightcrawler and those types of movies. Obviously, tonally very different, but I just feel like it was an
care?
easy paycheck, easy paycheck, and there are just scenes where I'm like, that line could have been delivered a little better. That could have been. I feel like the best performance from him was during all the illusion scenes, but you don't see him at all during those.
Right.
You know, it's just vocal and audible.
Mm.
And so I think that he's one of the lows for me in this movie.
yeah. I think the illusion scenes are awesome.
Yeah.
That's my high.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're great. The Nick Fury twist at the end
Oh,
is
yeah.
annoying.
Awful.
It's
I don't care. What are they called?
Scrolls
Scrolls.
I don't care.
why? Why
to
was that necessary?
Can we talk about how in Far From Home, these high schoolers are just traveling Europe like on a field trip? I'm like,
with two of the most unworthy to be
listen, I'm like,
supervisors
my,
ever.
My field trip was to the Olentangy Caverns, 20
went to
minutes
the-
away. And
Well,
like,
We went to the Anthony Thomas Candy Company once. Maybe the zoo.
these guys are just backpacking across Europe. Like,
well, I mean, I know in my high school, like there was an Italy trip that you could have gone on
Yeah,
if you had,
for a
had
small
money.
fee of 10 grand.
Exactly.
you're
yeah.
telling me Aunt May's pulling?
Not at all.
Nah.
No, I'm sure there's a feature in Tony's suit that he made that just makes money.
I agree. I think Far From Home is my favorite out of the three only because of the rememberability,
Mm.
but the being out of New York and in a new country throws it.
Yeah.
That's
It
honestly
throws
why
it.
it drags me down.
Yeah.
And
I like though the teen drama with him and MJ. I think all that's fine. I
Yeah.
think his relationship with Ned is good.
The ending where it is in the city, that's
Right.
the part I enjoy.
Oh yeah, yep.
Because he has these big elemental monsters in the actual city, but you're doing it in Europe for
It was
to
just-
get to Peter.
I don't know. It's these movies have a ton of plot holes for me, and they're unforgivable. But another low for me in these movies, I do not understand the hype whatsoever. I don't think she is a great actress.
I agree.
The Zendaya train, I don't get it.
She could stop acting and never be in anything ever again, and I would be like,
but it's the same, no smiling, no emotion.
She's just the same character.
I know you're right. She's the same. She's like another Mark Ruffalo for me. And
I actually thought in this trailer she looks like she's grown up a little bit, like the Zendaya or whatever, the MJ that we got in the first 3 movies, who was deadpan and
I don't know.
It
It seemed the same to me in this.
See, I felt like she seemed to.
I need to see the
grown
movie
up.
for that.
Yeah,
Like I couldn't.
those were the vibes I got from it.
yeah, I mean, listen. Once again, I'm thinking that in this one they're like, okay, what went wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a list, everything that went wrong, and let's do better.
I'm hoping they don't cave, because I don't like that they're already swinging around together in the trailer.
You think there still needs to be some more time
They
apart?
have
It's
got
been
to have
what?
some time apart.
This is like, but you got to think it's been
5-6 years.
5-6 years. Because remember, when we leave No Way Home, they're getting into MIT, and this one they're graduating. It's their final class.
Well, then we better get a glimpse into that 5 years,
Maybe
Oh,
because
I
we're
think we
jumping
will.
from.
I think
So
we're gonna.
I think we're gonna see a montage of Peter
Okay.
becoming
Okay,
a better version of Spider-Man,
okay with
and
that.
alongside that, maybe we'll see what's going on with
I need to
MJ.
feel like it's ready for them to get back together.
right.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit of that, because you have that moment where he gets the key to the city and he's washing his suit in the washing machine. I think you're going to get those moments, and that's part of that montage that we're probably going to see.
Okay,
I hope, because I'm just like, of all the love interests, you are just so boring, and I don't care what peril may befall
Right,
you at all. Like it's and you know, and that's another thing too that we brought up earlier about, you know, the heaviness that we feel in Andrews. I mean,
right.
say what you want about TASM 2. I can't think of a Spider-Man scene in terms of weight that hits harder than Gwen's death.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
nothing
that's
hits harder than her head.
well, that's true. That and the pavement. But like in these ones, at no point in these movies did I feel a sense of, oh shoot,
Right.
what I was like, it's
Are
just
they going to save her?
it's just gonna work out.
Right.
Yeah, well, I think that's also a sign,
Right.
like a product of the times too. Like MJ in the Raimi trilogy was such a damsel in distress, right? And then you've got now like it's almost like this overcorrection of she's not going to be in peril because he's not going.
She's
to you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I think the only
exactly
example
what
that
you're
we got of that from MCU is probably Pepper Potts. Pepper Potts is somebody that you don't want to see die.
Right.
And if she's in a setting where she might die, you're on the edge of your seat.
Right.
Zendaya falling off the scaffolding in
No Way Home.
No
I
Way
was like,
Home.
someone's gonna catch her.
I
never
was like,
feel it.
I was like, she's falling.
Oh, like no, I agree with you. I didn't care. I knew exactly what that
they
scene was
caught her.
gonna be.
Yeah.
I knew that scene was a redemption for Andrew.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew, which I guess we're going into No Way Home at this point.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be his redemption. And what's funny is my biggest issue with No Way Home is the fan service.
So yeah,
And it's not, there's a lot of good fan service,
I was going
but
to say.
there is a lot of bad fan service. The writing, the dialogue.
the dialogue is
It's-
my least, like, especially between the 3 Spider-Men, the dialogue between the 3
That was
Spider-Men.
it feels gimmick. It feels like a gimmick.
Well, it was like I didn't like that these 3 people, they're variants of each other from different universes,
Now they're
but
best
they're finishing each other's sentences.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
It
Like
took
the-
me out of it for sure.
They tried to soak up having all 3 of them in the same room to the last degree.
And the scaffolding scene where he's like, he's talking about his back. Clearly, that's tongue in cheek. That's directly to the audience.
Yes, you have him saying, "Oh, I know. I think you're amazing. Like you are an amazing Spider-Man.
That's-
He's the amazing Spider-Man."
That
To be
part is
fair
the
with
most
that, though, I think
memorable.
when the movie came out, I think a good amount of people hated Garfield's Spider-Man. So I think them reinforcing
That
that.
did turn him.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a classic. You didn't realize how good you had it until it was gone situation because everybody wanted to hate on. Are you okay over there?
That's my bad.
You're all good.
Throwing on the glasses. And I'm
Okay.
gonna knock the mic off.
It's
the
kind of like the prequels with Star Wars. Everyone hated Hayden Christensen. Now Hayden Christensen is beloved by all of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's because everything that has come after is
That's the point.
utter crap. And I think with, listen, I've said it before, the of the 3 Spider-Men, when Andrew appeared, I was the most hyped.
Right.
When I knew Toby was coming in next. I knew that, so you saw it coming.
He just kind of walked.
But he just kind of walked in.
Talk about a person like Jake Gyllenhaal in Far From Home. Somebody who didn't seem like they really were invested.
You think Toby was just collecting a paycheck?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, I will say,
but that was within his character. Like that.
I agree.
I think it might have been in his character if he had the symbiote.
No, I disagree. I think he was a little more monotone in this for sure, but I still think it fit his personality.
Because he's more mature? Is it because
I think so. I mean, you got to think he's 40, 41 in this movie. He's older. And he's with MJ. They probably have a child. He's matured.
True.
But I think even though we say that we have some really bad, that scene did seem a little bit forced. The dialogue between the 3 of them. But like there were some great moments that I kind of forgot about that were funny. Like when they're all like, we really suck at this. Like we have to figure it out. And Tom is like, I don't want to brag, but I'm gonna. I was an Avenger. And Toby's like, an Avenger? That's great. What is that?
Yeah.
Like band?
Were you in a band? Were you in a band?
That's bringing the universes together in a way that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
That was great. That felt organic and natural. And like these are guys that don't know each other and are learning things very quickly. But then you have fun stuff like that. But then you have dialogue. This moment, for whatever reason, stood out most to me in the dialogue of the poorest dialogue. It's when I understand why they had to do this for the new audience, but there was so much treating the audience like they're stupid because it was like, well, wait a minute. We have to consider the people that maybe haven't seen Andrew's movies or haven't seen Toby's movies. So we have to do all this backlog.
Give me an example.
Well, it's the whole, when you come in, when they're in their cells in Doctor Strange's little lair.
Oh, right.
And Sandman's like, they're like saying, well, you can't be here because you died like this. You can't be here because you died like this.
Recap the other
It's basically a quick recap for those of you that might have missed it.
I don't like that
and I understand why you have to do that, but the writing was terrible. Like this is literally one of the lines. Sandman says, Norman Osborn, you died. It was in the papers. Impaled by the glider you flew around on. That's literally the line. And I was sitting there was like, who the frick approved this?
You should have just played a clip of the actual scene.
Or not even that. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
At that point.
For me, it's like, would that have been in the papers? Would they have put in the papers that Norman Osborn was in, and not only that, what reporter was at the scene of the crime when he was impaled to have known that's how he died?
No, it was a plot point in Spider-Man 2 that he wasn't allowed to, like, Harry didn't know that.
Exactly.
Harry didn't even know it, right?
Doesn't know. You didn't figure out your dad was Green Goblin until you threw the dagger through the mirror.
Yeah,
right. But so why does the city of New York know?
This movie is just full of plot holes.
It's terrible.
I was pumped when I saw it in the theater. Jake was standing and clapping and I was fired up. It was awesome. So one of the things I didn't like about it was Doctor Strange being so incompetent.
Very true.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, listen, you're not anymore due to a technicality, but you were the Sorcerer Supreme for so long.
Billions of
you've gone through dimensions and you fought Thanos and all that, and yet you're letting an 18-year-old outsmart you,
mess up your spells
because of math.
Right.
So
true.
The funny thing about that is that he was supposed to be Doctor Strange was in the Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before No Way Home.
Yeah.
But because of COVID delays, it ended up coming out after.
Because that's the secret ending. It's the trailer for Multiverse of Madness.
Right. So America Chavez at the end of Multiverse of Madness, she's working under Doctor Strange, right? She's like an apprentice to him at Comertage.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I saw it. I don't remember. But I saw it.
At the end,
I heard bad things, so I skipped it.
Gotcha. America Chavez was working under Doctor Strange, and she was like one of these unique, like her power was that she could travel through the multiverse. But she was working with Doctor Strange to learn how to hone her powers because in the movie she couldn't do it.
Okay.
So she is apparently there was at least one iteration of this script where Doctor Strange says, no, I can't help you when Peter comes knocking, right? And then she says she takes pity on him and she wants to help and she wants to do it to prove herself to Doctor Strange. Well, then she does the spell
And messes it up.
and messes
That
it
would have
up.
been way better.
So that would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Because
And
here's
then
my thing. He's
part of like helping out the whole Andrew and Toby showing up at the final battle or whatever. She was supposed to be the one to go and get them and bring them in rather than them just wandering around.
Well, that's what,
alternate
that
New
would've
York.
been-
for
well,
that
dude,
two
would've
days.
I
been-
didn't understand. I was like, when Andrew's like, I was in my world, and then out of nowhere, I was here. I was like, so wait a minute. That
was
means
like
you've been here for
36
2
hours ago.
days
Sleeping in
a box.
almost, and you're just wandering alleys. Like there's been no other sighting of you.
Yeah, you didn't go find, like you saw. I mean, another big plot point was that everybody knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And
they could have reversed that by having Tom Holland stand there and Andrew swing by.
Right. Exactly.
And dude, listen, I said it from the beginning, like when we got the first trailer, and I saw the trailer that leaked with Doc Ock,
Right.
revealing that they were going to be in the movie, and I was so hyped.
Same.
And I was like, could you imagine? I said, and this is before we knew really anything about the movie. I was like, could you imagine whatever the final fight is, and Tom is just he can't do it. There's just too many, and you just hear the no, and dude, you get the music
Yeah.
before Toby, and he's coming.
But that
would have
works.
hit so much harder.
That works if you subtly know that they're lingering. Like he said, like if you are watching a scene with Tom and you just see something quickly swing across in the background, and you're like, wait a second.
I see what you're saying, but
What was that?
I also don't think you do you mean like throughout the movie or
Yes.
just, I don't think you have to, because at the end of the day, you got all these beings from different universes. Who's to say that they didn't show up?
But then that would even further our argument with what are you doing for the past 6
The
days?
second Doc Ock shows up on the bridge,
yes, they should
Toby
have been there.
showed
Right.
up.
Exactly. No, I
He
agree
would have
with
heard,
you.
He would have heard about Doc Ock being somewhere at some point, and he'd be
Right.
like, "Why is Doc Ock alive?"
But to your point about what's her name, America
Chavez.
Chavez. To your point of the plot point of her going to get them, that could have been we need more help.
Right.
And
She's
just
like,
leave it at that. She opens a portal, and then that's all you see.
So
And then you get the inkling of like, oh, she's going to get someone. I wonder who the frick it could be. And then they show up. That you could easily could have done that.
right. So credit to Bullets and Blockbusters for this one, because
Yes.
they were he covered this as what what it could have been,
Yeah.
or what it would have been, or what should have been, or whatever. But apparently there was some fan art that was out of America Chavez opening a Marvel Sparkle Circle, right?
Yeah.
And them walking through it. And then Sony was like, oh, well, if a fan guessed that this quickly, we got to do something different.
I disagree with you, because even if we do know, like once again, we knew Doc Ock and Green Goblin were going to be in this movie months before that came out, and yet we were still hyped.
Right. And there was all this question, like, are we going to get Toby and Andrew? Are we going to?
Exactly.
And nobody knew for sure except John Campea.
I don't because that forces us to have the scenes that we did with No Way Home, is that
You
they
getting
have
to know
to
each
do
other.
the hype of Ned opening the portal, being hype about him, and then here comes Toby, and here comes him, instead of just cutting it, even if it's early in the movie and you see somebody swing behind. Now it's in your head. You don't have to have that hype moment that they were squeezing.
That's what I'm
These were in the
saying.
movie. They knew nobody knew. And even when I was watching the movie, in the back of my mind, I was like, are they going to be in this? Like,
Yeah.
and so those two portal scenes were hype, but they were only hype the time I saw it in the movies.
And that's what I'm
nowadays-
saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Even if I watched, like, had I watched it now, like I did yesterday, and it was a scene, like I just said, where it is the fight and Tom is strapped and is like,
It
I don't
still
know how I'm
would
going
be
to do it.
good.
And you hear the music come in. That's one of those moments that never gets old.
Or even if they are swinging in the background, you would be rewatching that movie to see if you see them swinging anywhere else.
Exactly.
Here's my thing with the fight scene. If you would have bought them in just for the fight scene, that's what? 4 minutes of them, then they disappear. It's like
No, you're talking at least 15 minutes.
okay, you see them
Out of-
fight, and it's like, see
out
ya,
of a
and then
90-minute
they leave.
movie.
It's like you don't get kind of the banter of them talking
Yeah.
about like you're
Figuring
amazing.
things out
You can say
together.
all you want about it. It's fan service. That's
Right.
what it is.
That's true.
Just
You know,
wasn't good.
Especially when they pointed at each other.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
the
the
meme
meme.
thing.
Peter, me,
You got-
Peter Parker. Like, that was pretty good.
You got to
See them interact.
You got to relive
Mm-hmm.
those days with them talking and stuff like that. And
Each
like I said,
one
Is that
being that
coming
character.
out of
again.
you?
Huh? Oh yeah, is that coming out of you? They're like, oh, you guys can't do that?
You got to see each character again, even though you never were supposed to.
Versus a fight scene, they're not going to talk much during the fight scene,
and then
they just
even at the end, it's kind of.
And listen, I understand that this is just for the sake of the movie. This is one of my lows. So what's going on in the city for the solid 4 hours where they're remaking the gadgets and they're having their little rooftop chat? There's just no crime in the city until he's like, "Hey, I'm at the Statue of Liberty. See you when you get here." Like, where's Norman?
Well,
where are they all?
That's my question too. And so when we talk about when he says, "Oh, somebody else is living in my house. There's no Norman Osborn. There's no Oscorp." Well, is he pulling a Back to the Future too? And is he, approaching the alternate version of Norman and telling him, like, what what you can do, or giving him something?
Didn't you have that?
Because it's weird that
theory
he's late.
about that Norman went to go find like Tom Holland's version of Norman.
Well, he at some point they ask him, and he says, "There's nobody here by that name."
So in Tom Holland's universe, there's no Norman
I'm not going to say that for sure, because there's a lot of speculation that we are going to get our MCU Norman Osborn in Brand New Day. They think that he might be one of the people narrating in the movie, or if you're going to see an Oscorp.
Because I'm saying,
how does he? So
you can't have Spider-Man without
planted.
Oscorp.
I agree, but is that seed planted by alternate universe Norman Osborn?
See, this is why I hate the multi-universe.
It's lazy, right? It's an excuse for lazy writing, and anytime
I don't think it has to be lazy. I mean, it's like they could write a
very good multiverse. Yeah.
And the biggest, while we're on it, the biggest plot hole in this movie. We talked about this the other day. The biggest plot hole in this movie. What the whole point of the spell, Doctor Strange? The whole point of the spell. Why do all these people show up in the movie? The spell gets messed up. So what happens? Everybody who shows up because they know Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Sandman finds out Peter Parker is Spider-Man at the end of the fight when he sees him holding, or after when he sees Eddie Brock get blown up in the bomb.
We know Green Goblin.
Obviously. We have the Lizard, Doc Connors, and Tasm
at the end.
You see them at the end.
Doc Ock.
No. He finds his backpack in the school, and he's like, Peter, right? He's like,
Peter Parker.
Doc Ock at the
end. Peter Parker. Brilliant but lazy.
Yes.
Jamie Foxx should not have been in this movie.
When did Electro figure out that he was?
I don't think he ever did.
I looked this up because I even knew this from the beginning. I was like, he shouldn't be in this movie. At no point in TASM 2 does he ever find out Peter Parker is Spider-Man, because he gets overloaded by the charge. And then right after that, that's when Harry shows up on the glider, sees Gwen, and then looks at Spider-Man and goes, Peter. And not only that, at the end of the movie, when he does get his power stripped from him and Andrew and him have that interaction, the first thing he says is, "Oh, I thought you were going to be black." And I'm like, if you'd known that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, you wouldn't have made that comment, because you would have known. And I looked it up just in case, for facts. And it said that they brought it back for nostalgia and and to give him a second chance. They thought that he was underutilized and kind of made look like a fool in TASM 2. I disagree. I liked the interpretation. I can understand the whole nerdy Max Dillon thing.
He was an amazing villain to me.
I thought he was really good. Everybody didn't like they thought it was too caricature-y of his nerdiness at the beginning.
I can see that.
But like,
it was like Schumacher style.
Yeah, but it was like, and once again, I think this is another plot hole, is that, Max Dillon in No Way Home versus Max Dillon in completely different. You got this smooth, suave guy who's like, I like this place. Yeah. I like who I am in this place. And I'm like, so because sand and electricity created you in this world, you're then cooler than you were in this universe.
It's not even the same character.
It's not. But Andrew even makes it
blue. Like I know that.
That was another reason they wanted to do the yellow.
Yeah. He said that he,
oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, he actually, I think he negotiated that. He said he didn't want to come back as a blue Electro.
That's one of the big gripes people had. I disagree with it. I thought it was a cooler. I know it wasn't the way you do it typically, but I thought it was interesting. But Andrew even says it. He's like, "Oh, guys, Max was just the sweetest guy, before he fell into a." He's like, and then he fell into a tank of eels, and Toby's like, "Yep, that'll do it."
On the same topic, though, Vulture knew who Spider-Man was.
Yeah, but he's in jail.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah,
he's alive.
He's in jail. Remember, he talks to Scorpion at the end of Homecoming.
He's in the Sony universe.
Oh, yeah.
Something to do with Spider-Man.
That is the worst. Do you know what we're referencing?
No.
So you have the Sony verse.
Venom.
So you have your Venom.
Yeah.
You have your
Craven.
Madam Web.
Oh.
You have your Craven, and you have your Morbius. He shows up in Morbius, and there's an end credit scene where he's in prison as Adrian Toomes in Tom Holland's world, and then he appears in Morbius's universe and meets up with him in his Vulture suit, and all he says is, I don't know how I got here. Had to do something with Spider-Man.
Oh,
I'm thinking of creating a team. Interested? And that's it. That's the whole
Jared
thing.
Leto's like, what did he say?
He's like,
So we're forgetting that
Intriguing.
happened.
Intriguing. That's what it
yeah.
was.
He's like,
It's Morbid
intrigued.
time.
No, that's it.
I heard
Have
that's
you
one of
seen
the
these?
worst movies ever created.
So Sony's
Madam Web is
Sony
worse.
doesn't-
No,
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Madam Web is not a good movie, but it is a fun movie, and I have enjoyed making many people watch it.
I've heard it, so I didn't even see it because
It's a funny.
Fully-
bad.
We'll have
We,
to.
it's like when you have a crappy movie night
Yeah.
that is fun to mess with.
Okay.
We were in Tennessee.
Yep.
And I got Matt to watch it.
You watched it?
Yeah, we all three watched it
It
because
wasn't
they were
time
like,
whatsoever.
you are going to hate. No, so that
I
was
bought-
Morbius.
I bought tickets to this movie
Oh,
twice.
you went to theaters to see
I
it.
saw it. I'm a Marvel completionist. I'm going to see all of them.
God.
But when I took my son back to see it, I think, yeah, because I was like, I got to see his face. So he's watching the movie and I'm just watching him like, this is great.
It's awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever watched. I was so mad.
Watching him watch the movie was so entertaining to me.
Oh yeah, any
Yeah.
movie.
I think I kept screaming "Why" at the TV
But
like multiple
Morbius.
times.
Yeah.
No, that was Morbius. We saw Morbius in Tennessee.
Oh.
We watched Madam Web at my house.
Oh, my bad.
Okay,
But still,
So Morbius was a fun bad too.
No,
mm-mm.
it's just
It was a
bad.
bad.
It's just bad.
For me,
But it's
I've seen
Jared
it twice
Leto.
and it's super forgettable. I
Okay.
don't even remember
Yeah.
what.
I remember Madam Web way more than I do Morbius because I will say it is more fun than that one, but not in a good way.
No.
But
Yeah, we have to cover those on our road.
we
to a
will.
New day.
We will do crappy movie night eventually.
So I guess for my rating, I gave a C+ for the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a D. I will say.
Why is that?
Well, that's the
It
thing.
would have been a D.
What saves it?
Far From Home, and I know that's controversial between you guys, but I feel like Mysterio being on screen. No, he's not like the comics.
Mhm.
Obviously, no, he's the purpose of him being there is not the same.
I enjoyed it
But
though.
I like to see Mysterio on screen,
Oh, and the illusion scenes.
and the
were
illusion scenes
they're-
were very
they're-
cool. The
In a world of bad CG,
Could have-
that is phenomenal.
you couldn't have done better. I don't think.
No.
It's
the
a very
illusions.
unique fight scene too.
Like just the
it embodies-
transitions between like you go from him with the Iron Man in the grave and then it shows him falling in a city and it's actually
Not
inside
only
of a
that,
snow
but-
globe that's his head.
Even at the end, when the entire time Spider-Man thinks he's talking to Nick Fury, and it's an illusion the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, like when you think the
that
illusion
twist.
has ended
Very
and then it's
cool.
still going.
Very,
It's
very
really
cool.
good.
And
Yeah.
you couldn't have done better. And to me, that is so enjoyable to watch that
It does
kind
save
of
it.
raises it up for me to where if I came across that scene again, yeah, I would sit there and watch it again.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get past that Tony left Edith to a
A
17.
17-year-old kid. It is
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Tony being in these movies brings it down to a C+. Tony not being so influential in them, it would have been higher for me.
I understand seeing him as a father and a mentor. I do get that. It's just it's too much. It takes away from it being. I understand it's MCU, but I want it to be more of a Spider-Man movie, and I think it leans too heavily on the elements of the MCU.
That's like calling the Deadpool and Wolverine movie a Deadpool movie,
That's fair.
Yeah.
you know what
That's
I mean?
fair. Yeah.
Even though it was a Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
They should have called it Spider-Man and Iron Man or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Iron Spider.
Iron Spider-Man.
dude, the Iron Spider suit is so cool, though.
It's
When
very
that
cool.
showed up in Infinity War?
Yeah.
It was Infinity War.
That's
Yeah.
how he attached to
Yeah,
the ship
yeah.
going back into space. I need to watch that again.
it's that suit was always too techy for me.
Same. I agree.
I did not.
Oh,
I
no,
didn't care
I
for
disagree. I disagree from the fact that it's the Iron Spider suit. If any suit of his is going to be
Very true.
techie,
Yes.
it would be the Iron
yeah.
Spider suit
Yes.
rather than every other fabric suit
I
where
don't
he's
like-
got 95,000 different web configurations. Are you
biased-
kidding me?
I'm biased to originality though, because in my opinion, the Iron Man suits get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Well,
as
that's
the
just a
movies go on.
fact because you get further away from the iron,
I don't like the
industrial tech.
nanotech.
I hate the nanotech.
And that isn't that Iron Spider?
yeah, well, of course
It is
it is.
nanotech.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
nanotech. But I mean,
So-
that's just a matter of where we were in the
I
thing.
know.
But I mean,
It takes away the it takes away the impact it makes because it's just it could turn into anything.
I hear you. It's just I struggle to see how you do a Spider-Man suit in the vein of Iron Man, given how tight that suit is and how slim fitting that suit is.
No, I mean, like,
without doing it nanotech.
I like the suit because it's like it's Iron Man's like stamp on the suit. I just don't like
the legs.
I don't know. I don't like the suit. I don't like Peter wearing the suit, like Spider-Man wearing the suit, but I understand the suit because Iron Man wanted to help create a tech suit for Spider-Man.
Right.
So I understand the suit. I'm just not a fan of Spider-Man wearing that.
I just don't
type
like
of suit, if that
nanotech
makes sense.
because they don't know how to do it.
You think that it's just bad?
I think the last time we saw good nanotech was Transformers.
Yeah.
That's a good representation of nanotech.
Yeah.
When Iron Man's
It seems
helmet
too
just
fluid.
it just
It's
goes
like
onto his
liquid
face.
almost.
You're like,
Yeah.
Oh, and I've watched some of
the-
these scenes on YouTube in like a ultra 4K. It's even harder to watch.
Yeah.
That's
The
what I mean.
CG has not
That's
aged
what I mean.
well.
And it takes away the whole aspect of it being nanotech
Yeah.
because it's just like
Yeah.
could have been water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But this is quite a tangent. I gave it a C because I was like, for 2 to 3 out of your movies, bad. And not just that, 3 out of your 3
out of
movies are
3.
bad. And the only reason the third one is remotely good is because there are 2 past Spider-Mans that are
We're
running
grasping at
circles
straws
around
at that
you.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm not giving it a plus, or I'm giving it a straight C.
And you gave it a
B minus.
and you gave it a B
B.
plus,
Mhm.
a B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I liked all these movies. I don't think we've gotten a bad Spider-Man movie except the Madam Web stuff for the event.
Wow.
That
But-
doesn't count.
I don't think we've gotten a bad Spider-Man movie. I think they're all good. The problem comes with comparison because you get the Raimi verse, which is, so
we all gave it an A minus.
so original and good. Yeah, exactly. And then you get this really cool version of Peter Parker with
The best
with Andrew.
romance entrance, the most,
Yeah. and their
love interest, sorry.
The love interest is so good. I thought these movies were. I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking a lot about them.
Mm.
I thought they were all good, but the some of the plot holes, like No Way Home, could have been so good.
Very
And that's
good.
why I was so
why I had to
bummed.
take it down because it just could have been so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even this is a very nitpicky thing, but once again, I edit videos and I'm always wondering like how could have a sequence been better through the edit,
Mm-hmm.
even though that there's a lot of fan service, moments in which you're recalling something that we know happened. I still think a moment in which you could have done that we all would have loved, that I think would have added so much more weight to the scene, is when Andrew saves Zendaya when she MJ, when she falls.
Yeah.
I think editing in the moment where he does jump after her and you see her point, having a quick
You see the
flash
red.
of having a quick flash of it go from her to Gwen,
Well, yeah.
just to put you back in that moment that we were all in 2014 watching her die, where I think that would have added some weight to where you know exactly what's going through his head right now, and that this
And it redeems him.
it redeems him. I think it redeems him more because obviously he
More,
catches
right.
her, but I think that it would have been way more weight and emotion to that scene had you given him that quick flash
Wait,
down.
you
I
don't.
agree.
Did you ever, before the movie came out, were you like looking into theories and stuff of what was
Oh.
going to happen?
So much.
Yeah,
And the problem is that all the theories were so good.
That's
And
all.
the theories.
Yeah.
we're
The
better than the movie.
The theories were better than the movie, but all you had to do was sit there and think of common sense, and then you have your movie. People were looking way too deep into it, or they were having way too high of expectations.
Yeah.
Well, so I've heard John Campea say this. He says, "Don't let your speculation become expectation."
True.
Mm.
And
Yep.
so,
That's a perfect saying.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good.
If nobody had even made theories, I feel like it would have done better.
But then again, I just sit there and think, how sad is it that we got these theories that are just by fans that are just better than what we got? Like you need to do a better job in the writing room.
Why are these fans coming up with better ideas than you are making the actual movie?
That's what I'm
I
saying. Like
understand.
you have the responsibility and all the money,
Right.
and yet it's kind of like with Star Wars, and you got Star Wars Theory on YouTube. Guys got tons of videos on what he would have done better with The Last Jedi and just Star Wars in general. And you're like, and Sam Witwer
Mhm.
and Jon Favreau, and it's like, give these guys with the vision the keys, man.
There
Yeah.
is a good example of this, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's. Not disregard the movies.
Mhm.
When Five Nights at Freddy's 1 came out, there were so many theories
Right.
And Scott took those and he ran with them. We have the game franchise for Five Nights at Freddy's because of the fans.
So you're talking about the games themselves. So like all the
movies,
the lore,
Markiplier,
the fans built the lore.
Played Five Nights at Freddy's. He grew it to what it was, and his specific theories are what sprouted Scott Cawthon's remainder of the things, and he just took everybody's fan service and ran with them
and created the lore.
That's why the games are so heavy hitting and the lore is so good, because the author looked at all these fans, realized how much material he had here, and he took it and used it. And then you have the movies that just completely wipe those out. But
I just think that I feel like there should be, and I could understand where this would maybe get a little controversial or even, it could make things go wrong very fast. But I do wonder, are we at a point now, because, you look at movies like Obsession and Backrooms that were created by these indie filmmakers who were YouTubers first and are doing better than Star Wars now in theaters and all this. It's like, should there be a process now where when you have these bigger studios, you have it early on in your pre-production to just listen to the fans?
I've always thought that should be a thing.
What do you guys want to see?
Well,
and
then
have everybody throw them stuff and then decide what of that do we want to turn, and that way there's so much input that there's still mystery to what it could be.
With the Backrooms,
you're still going to deliver.
With the Backrooms, the guy who directed obviously came up with the idea way back. He came up with the idea of the Backrooms. He put it into a movie, and he even said in an interview, he was like, all these people have these theories and these ideas for the Backrooms, but I have always intended it to be this one thing. And I will make sure it is this one thing. He's not going to take the fan theories, not because he doesn't want to listen to them, but because he has already had this planned out.
I hear you, and I get that.
It seems like MCU is going as they go. I could see back with Iron Man 1 how they had, and the movies following it, how they had planned all the way up until maybe even Endgame.
But you think that they're grasping at straws now?
At this point, I feel like they're coming up with things on the spot and then making movies out of them.
Well, I think there's always been an aspect to that to their process. Yeah, I've heard stories of the Big Lebowski.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Bridges. Sorry, I know my Jeff.
Yeah. So Jeff Bridges has he's given interviews where he's talking about them, even for Iron Man 1, they're figuring out the script in someone's trailer during production while they're filming.
Yeah.
Really?
So from what I understand, even with Doomsday, with the high stakes that they've got, Marvel's kind of was on a decline. Now it seems like they're coming back a little bit. But even with Doomsday, they're still putting that script together, from what I understand, right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
While they're filming, and then they do their reshoots and stuff, and they do have not fan screenings, but like they do screenings.
The test audiences.
Yep. Thank you. And so when they do those, I just wonder if people are so grateful to be there that they just don't give honest feedback. Yeah. I mean, you hear
they're just so hyped to be there that they love the movie.
Yeah. You do hear leaks about the test audience because they're NDA and all this stuff.
Right.
So that you do hear leaks about test audience reactions, but you don't really, I don't know when you hear about, maybe they do make adjustments based on what the test screenings say. I know.
Are we in too deep at this point? Or are we just hoping that the remainder of everybody else is going to outweigh?
Right. But to your point, like, let's do it before we spend millions of dollars in production.
Exactly.
But that's my point, is that it seems like maybe the dialogue could change, obviously, because you can have a story and different dialogue any day. But the story itself, like from Iron Man 1 to, and I hate to say it, even Ant-Man Quantumanium, it seems like they have been going in a specific order to get to Quantumanium, even when it comes to Endgame and when it comes to the time travel and the multiverses and stuff. And I feel like, and this is my theory, I feel like Kang screwed it up, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like him dropping the ball made them realize that all these things they had planned no longer can happen.
So you think that we have the Kang effect, and that the reason why a lot of it is coming up on the spot is because they did have something planned.
That's right.
And that was like the domino that knocked them all down, and they got to start over.
Once Kang's accurate, because if you look at I don't know if it's Quantumanium or if it's Loki, but there's a stadium of Kang.
Quantumanium.
every single Kang is him.
Right, like because they kill him.
To recast him would do them worse than just starting from scratch. Even though starting from scratch is very, very, very bad. Now you could also argue that with Rhodey, he got recasted, and I think it was a great recast. But
I feel like maybe with Kang. But then again, because Kang, he was in multiple projects. He was in Loki.
Kang was leading up to be the.
Well, it was going to be Kang Dynasty. That was the next movie we were supposed to get, the next Avengers.
But now we're backtracking.
So I don't know that they're backtracking. I think that there's a chance that Doom was always where they were going to end up for Secret Wars. You know, Kang may have been the first event, like not first, but the next Avengers movie,
the next
big threat. But then. I don't know how they were going to do it, but
they had to have had a plan.
A lot of people thought, I mean, Secret Wars is a Doom story. So I've heard a lot of speculation that Doom was always the plan for Secret Wars, but they had to come up with something to replace
to get
Kang
to Secret
Dynasty.
Wars quicker.
Well, they needed something. If you're not going to use Kang, which another mistake they made, in my view, with Kang is that they had Ant-Man, who is typically their comic relief character, beat him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he beats him. And now he's supposed to, now we're supposed to believe that he's this big, the big bad for this whole phase.
Yeah.
So I tend to believe that maybe was the plan for later for Secret Wars, but you're right. They did pivot for sure. And I don't know if it, yeah, I think Jonathan Major's trouble gave them a reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because after the reception of Quantumania, it did not go well.
So when do you think Secret Wars would have happened if Dynasty had happened? Do you think we would be getting it this year or next year?
Well, I think Secret Wars was originally planned to be right after
Dynasty,
right after Kang Dynasty. Didn't they unveiled that at Comic-Con, right?
Doomsday?
No, wasn't it Kang Dynasty then Secret Wars? Maybe I'm wrong.
I was never as into this because I was kind of one of those Endgame's over, I don't care anymore type people, so I wasn't as into it.
I got no idea what you guys are talking about.
I thought it was Kang Dynasty, Doomsday, and then Secret Wars. So I didn't know if they were just maybe removing a movie, which is I feel like is less work to do because it's like, oh, we just skip over this story and it doesn't affect anything.
But where does Brand New Day fit in?
But that's the thing. I think Brand New Day. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
So I thought Brand New Day was originally supposed to come after Kang Dynasty.
Oh,
so you think Brand New Day was planned even before the whole Kang mishap?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna see if I can find that Comic-Con slate with
really. Because to me, it seems like Kang threw a wrench in their entire plan, and now
I think he was their excuse
to pivot.
Because Jonathan Major's trouble was the excuse to pivot
because they screwed up Kang in the first place.
Because my thing too is it's like would we be getting the Russo brothers back had that not happened? Like not saying that they couldn't have come in to do Secret Wars, but I find it. I don't know if they were ever tapped to do Kang Dynasty.
No, but during the Infinity War Endgame. During all of that press, they said that the only reason they would ever come back was for Secret Wars.
Okay.
I think they said that.
So, I mean, Doomsday, being the lead into that, they're like, listen, if we're going to do this, you got to get us the keys to this.
Who's supposed to be the villain in Secret War then?
Doom.
Oh, I thought that was
Dr.
Doomsday.
Doom.
That is Doom.
Dr. Doom. He is the villain. I think we're going to get an introduction to him, and I think Doomsday. I think you're looking at an Infinity War situation where it's going to end on they lose or it's not resolved yet, right. And then Secret Wars is when you get the new X-Men with the Fox X-Men. You're going to get Andrew. You're going to get Toby. We might even get a symbiote Andrew from what I've heard. Like there's just lots of things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scene in Infinity War where Thanos this is what I think would be very, very cool in Doomsday is like where Thanos is being mind controlled by Mantis and they have the glove off of him and he grips it by two fingers.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to be beat.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't. If Doom is being hammered, he's getting ready to be beat and he just disappears. And in Secret War, he comes back harder with people that They might not have trouble beating.
I don't know, because I'm seeing this as a situation in which I don't think there's going to be a beating, because Doom is comically, or from a comic, much stronger than
very,
Thanos.
very strong.
He pulls, but he kills Thanos by ripping his spine out of his skeleton out of his entire body.
But I can't go off comics anymore with MCU.
No, I'm not saying that they're going to do that, but what I'm saying is, because I think this is already confirmed. The movie is going to end with him. What is it? It's not War World.
Battle World.
Battle World. Yeah. It's going to be the end where it's like Doom has kind of taken over the Earth or whatever, and he's created Battle World, and it's very like, I don't know if Scandinavian's the right word, but you know, it's like they're wearing
Norse.
like the North. Sorry, yes, like they've got the outfits with the fur, Game of Thrones, very style, and he's the ruler. And I think we're gonna get a situation where they're like, at the end, we're not enough, and we got to bring in the reinforcements. Hence all the other universes. Yeah.
So yeah, Doomsday is supposed to be this sort of 3-way incursion where
right?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be 616 are the mainline MCU against the X-Men universe,
X-Men, Fox X-Men,
and it's only because one of the worlds is being destroyed.
So because they're approaching each other, and you either have to destroy one or
they both die.
Right.
And the incursion was caused speculatively because Cap went back in time to be with Peggy, and that caused all the incursions. And they're saying the first world that's going to be destroyed is Doom's, and
that's why he.
Fantastic Four is the third world. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's I still need to watch Fantastic Four because I know that he is the secret ending.
Now,
they don't show him, but I know he's at the end, and I'm just curious. Is that like he's now shown up on their world because his world has already been destroyed? Is he already a part of their world? And they know who he is? Right. I don't know.
What does he have to do with the Fantastic Four?
It's something with their child, because he's sitting with their kid, and their kid is.
I'm interested.
Is it Franklin? Is that his name? Their child? I think it is Franklin.
Franklin, yeah.
I'm interested.
He's uber powerful.
If the Russo brothers are coming back, I loved Endgame. If the Russo brothers are coming back,
Infinity War,
I have hope. And the timeline with the X-Men and the incursions and stuff could be beautiful.
It could be great. I just hope it's not. I just hope it's not a No Way Home where it's just here's your fan service. Some of it will stick.
I don't think so. I don't think Russo has
they haven't had a miss.
Right.
They have not had a miss. I think they're gonna nail it. So
yeah.
So Spider-Man.
Hey, listen, it's MCU Spider-Man, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. So awesome.
And honestly, Tom Holland Spider-Man is leading us into these movies. So, and Brand New Day is going to lead us into these movies. So
do you have a prediction for like a post-credit scene or how this movie goes into?
I think the Venom. That's mine.
Do you think we are going to get Venom? Because I mean, a little bit was left behind in
bring in Tom Hardy
and No Way Home. A little bit was left behind because he blips back to his world, and there's some on the counter.
Well, we'll see Doom.
You think Doom will show up?
You think we're going to see Doom in Brand New Day?
We'll have to. They wouldn't do it knowing that Doomsday's right next door. They wouldn't do it.
Very true. I think the next Marvel project is Doomsday, so why not?
They would tease something with Doom, and you see all the Instagram and stuff with Doom and Doom and Doom and Doom and Doom. Brand New Day's coming out. Doom's going to be in it at some point. I don't care when, but
it's going to be something along the lines of maybe. Because here's the thing. In the trailer we got for Doomsday originally, we had all the chairs and everybody who's in it. Tom is not one of those people. And I know there's a lot of secret characters in this movie. I just don't know what benefit you have from keeping Tom being in this movie a secret. You know?
I guess they did this with the Thunderbolts too, and the Fantastic Four. There's no stakes because they do the chair reveal before either of those movies come out. So I guess originally what I was going to say was, well, they want it to be a question as to whether or not Tom's going to survive his movie. But we
already know it's a trilogy.
Well,
don't we?
It's Spider-Man.
What do you mean a trilogy?
Yeah. This is movie 1 of the next trilogy.
Oh, so you wouldn't consider it 4?
I don't think he's. No, it is number 4. I'm just saying.
But in the collection.
Yeah, because this is Brand New Day is a new hope.
Phase.
It's a new hope, and then the next one is going to be the Empire. It's number 5, but it's the next phase of Spider-Man.
Is it confirmed?
I had read that they were doing a trilogy.
That's what I've always heard, but I don't know.
They're not going to kill off Spider-Man.
I don't see 6 Spider-Man movies making it.
I'm not saying that I don't see it. I just see it as that just the other iterations just never got that far.
I don't even see Toby's. I don't even see Andrew's making 6. Even if they were on good pace.
Yeah, but I think the difference is that it's the MCU tie-in.
So it's the MCU tie-in and it's the Phase Zero reset post Secret Wars. So they can actually redo some of the things that they've done after it's been rebooted. So I don't think they will.
Is this a guaranteed reboot?
So what the Russo brothers just recently said is that they're viewing, I think what they said was they're viewing the post Secret Wars as like a Phase Zero.
Phase Zero.
Wow, I did not know.
Because I mean, they said that Secret Wars will reset the MCU.
So the idea, from my understanding, is right now because of movie rights and Hollywood stuff, the X-Men couldn't exist within the MCU, and the MCU was so far down the road before they got the rights to the X-Men, is that you couldn't.
Where have they been?
You would need an incursion. You would need an incursion to bring them in.
So how do you bring them in, right? So the idea is, and in the comics, after Secret Wars, it did reset the universe. So now you can reset the universe post Secret Wars in such a way that you can recreate the MCU with all the characters who are supposed to be there.
Okay.
Instead of like this fragmented, you got your old Fox X-Men universe, which wouldn't work so much mixing in with this. I think that I think it's seen as an opportunity.
So my question is, what's going to be after Secret War?
Well, it's like a restart. It's like
but what other big bad villains does Marvel have in their?
Well, I mean, they're going to move on to X-Men, because this, I think we're going to get our first MCU. I don't think I know. We're going to get our first MCU X-Men in Secret Wars as like hey, here we are, and now we're fighting, and you get to see us in action. And then now with Phase Zero, it's like, okay, now we're getting our MCU X-Men movies.
So yeah, I think the Avengers characters kind of become maybe just part of that world, and sidelined a little bit so that they can focus on these
other parties.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
because this whole time it's been Avengers, and now it's like, let's give them a little bit of a break and let's focus on these other characters. Yeah,
I'm totally cool with it.
I'd be
cool.
With that.
Well, this has been phenomenal. We've been rolling for like 2.5 hours, which is crazy, but the conversation's been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Obviously, once again, if you're enjoying this content, every Monday, 8 a.m., we're going to keep posting episodes. The next one we're going to be doing is we're going to continue our Road to Brand New Day series. Next on our list are the Spider-Verse movies. After that, we're going to talk a little Spider Noir, since it's so free, so new, and it's kind of the talk right now.
You've listened to us this long. We want to hear what you have to say. What are your thoughts on the state of the MCU? What are your opinions about what's going to happen in this new Spider-Man movie? Just let us know down in the comments.
Theories, were we right? Were we wrong?
Yeah.
Tell us if we were wrong. We love you guys. A lot of you are telling us already that we're wrong. Follow if you haven't. Instagram, TikTok @ShedSomeLightPod, and then obviously subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a video.